I don't know what time it is, probably about 11:45. What time is it? 11:55. Well, it's 12 o'clock. Everybody else is going to lunch, so don't worry about it. We'll have you out of here by 3:30, 4 o'clock. I hope you had a good breakfast. Everything's okay. Just think of me. Because I just said it, I always think of you. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of you right now, that everybody be cleared out of the restaurant, and they'll be cleaned up and ready to serve you again. Fresh food. It won't be, come on somebody, so you just think of me. But anyway, let's go to Matthew chapter 6 and get started. We're not going to keep you long, 2-3 hours. We have about 4 closings here, and I ain't got on my first one yet, but it's okay. My 747 is full of gas. Praise the Lord. I hadn't even got close to the airport yet, so there you go. And watch this, and we always say that it's the Lord's Prayer. The Lord has been dealing with me what He was really saying to the Father. Now, it's not the Lord's Prayer, because the disciples said in Luke, I believe it was, this is Matthew 6, another another disciple described it a different way, but in Luke, I believe it was, Luke 11, somewhere in there, it says, Lord, teach us how to pray. Like John taught his disciples to pray. And we all say the Lord's Prayer. I mean, how many churches, how many denominations represented here today that would stand up and say the Lord's Prayer? You know, we've done it to Baptists, we've done it to Methodists, we've done it to Pentecostal. All denominations would stand up and say, let's recite the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven. But they would really want the Lord's Prayer. They were asking Him, they said, Lord, teach us how to pray like John taught his disciples. It won't Jesus praying to Father, because He was teaching. Somebody say, somebody help me out, say when He said, teach us how to pray. That's what He meant. Teach us how to pray. But in the prayer, it's so powerful. Now, we don't need to go around talking about our Father who art in heaven every time we go to the Father, because that ain't a prayer. A prayer is a communication process that allows us to talk to God like a person to person. It's like, we have a BlackBerry now, or iPhones, and and we call up and we talk to each other, and now we don't even talk, we text. Can you imagine texting God? Yes, He would answer you about like how I would answer you in text. Because God is a personal relationship. He wants you to talk to Him one-on-one. And we shouldn't go. That's just like teach your children whenever you're praying for your meals. Don't teach them the same prayer over and over. God is good, God's fair. That's okay to start with. But teach them to have a personal relationship with Jesus. Let them express themselves how they feel towards Jesus. Because see, if you throw something mundane out there, if you throw something religious out there that's just over and over and over, number one, it don't mean anything to God. It becomes a religion. See, a religion is based on things you do over and over and over. Relationship you don't do over and over. I don't come to my wife every day and say, hey baby, how you doing? Good, I'm good. What's for supper? Okay. And every day we do the same routine. Can you imagine how God feels when we come to Him at prayer like that, over and over with the same thought in the same speech? No. God wants an open community. See, this is what's happening with the church. The church don't have a relationship with Jesus. We have a religion with Him, but not a relationship. And God's want. That's why the law has been fulfilled. The law was about religion. The law was about man-made things that was made up. Actually, it was Moses' law. That it was man-made things that kept people at a distance from God, and nobody could ever go in behind door number 3. That's where God dwelled, behind the veil. But God has opened it up through His Son, Jesus Christ, that we can all go through behind the veil and have a personal, intimate relationship with Jesus Christ. I talk to Him every day like I talk to you. This morning when I was coming over here, I was just having a good time talking to you. I was talking to the Lord. I was like, Lord, just open it up today for us, Lord. Just have your way today. Holy Spirit, come in here. Lord, I want to know you. I want to know you. I want to be able to know you more than I know you. I've seen you. I've talked to you. We communicate, but I want to know you in a better depth. I want to be able to open up when I speak to people. The words that I speak, the life of the words become life. And it penetrates the heart of that man that's in sin, that perversion that that man or woman's in. It'll change your life, and you don't have to say one thing about the person. Just a word so powerful, sharper than a two-edged sword. When it pierces inside the heart, oh, that's conviction, and all of a sudden I want to get right with God. We don't have to condemn anybody. We don't have to talk about their sin and their perversion and all. See, that's what the church has done. It's meddled in your business, and the person that was preaching didn't meddle in his. Oh, you ain't going to help me, so I'm just going to preach all by myself. He didn't want to get in his mailbox, but he wanted to get in yours. And the thing about it is, when Jesus began to speak, He began to speak, people's lives was changed, and He didn't get nobody's mailbox. Well, they did. He got in the religious mailboxes. He didn't talk about the sinner's sin. He talked about the religious harlot system that kept people away from Him and kept people away from God through religion instead of relationship. And he said, all ye heavy and laden, come unto me. And what? I will give you rest. Take my yoke. It's easy. My burden is light. In other words, what Jesus was saying, listen to me. I got something to say that's not going to be heavy. Somebody say, He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Jesus, when He gave something, it was so light that they took that thing and they're like, wow, man, I want to walk with Him. Wouldn't you like, don't you love walking with folks that's got something positive to say? Or you want to walk around with somebody like this all the time? Hey, follow me. I'll make you fishers, man. And always talking about their sins and always talking about their problems and always talking about, it's going to be a dark. Can you imagine Jesus walking around, it's going to be a dark day today. I don't know if it's going to rain or not. I don't know if we're going to catch any fish today, God. I don't know what we're going to do today. I feel tired. My bones are here. Let me take some medicine. Hold on just a minute. My knees is hurting.
Hey, go on, Pastor. Get
But there's a lot of people that's walking in that way. Walk with somebody. I believe that Jesus is the one that sung, it's a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I'm serious. I believe He come up with that song. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Come on, somebody. Come on. I'm telling you, Jesus was cool. I'm telling you, Jesus had a life. And he made people laugh, and He was excited about His life. He had a passion about His life. He didn't have problems, and He helped other people get out of their problems. So you can't help somebody else get out of their problems till you first get out of your problems. Look at your neighbor and say, why don't you go ahead and get out of your problems? Say, today'd be a good day for you to get out of your problems. Come on, somebody. When you get out of your problems, you'll help somebody out of their problems. And then we can say, we can see clearly now the rain is gone. Come on, somebody. Can you imagine walking around with folks that's free? They're free all around them. They're not tormented. They're free. They have peace that passeth all understanding, and they're just enjoying life. Bubbling. I'm talking about blowing bubbles. I'm talking about they ought to be on the Lawrence Webb show back in the 70s. They're just bubbling. I love bubbling people. People, can you imagine walking around with people that's all tied up and chained up and just hard? You ever walk around with hard folks, don't look at your neighbor. Have you ever just walk with hard folks? It's hard to walk with. And you just think, brother, you're just hard to walk with. Walk around with folks that enjoy life, just laughing. We had a great day. Joshua, let me just tell you this to get started. We had some deer to come up. They had some deer corn, so I thought it was a good idea to throw some deer corn out. So I threw some deer corn out, and then Joshua got some deer corn, and then deer started coming out, and he went and got some deer corn. He put it on his chest, and he went out there where the deer was, and he laid down. And he got real quiet. And the deer got about as far as from here to the door, maybe a little bit closer than that. And all of a sudden, I was just hoping, well, I'm going to tell you, we can't tell you a video what I was hoping that deer would do. But anyway, that deer come up, and the deer snouted, he got scared. And he ran off, and Joshua jumped up and thought the deer done run over him or something. But it was just so funny, you had to be there. I was just hoping that deer would just get up there and nibble on his nose or something. Something. But we had just such a wonderful time. And see, it's okay to have fun. It's okay. So look at your neighbor and say, please let your hair down. It's all right to have fun. Quit being so hard in life. Quit making it hard. hard for everybody else in life. Have fun, laugh, smile, live.
Live. That's good advice.
Live. Just live. L-I-V. Look at them, say L-I-V.
L-I-V.
When somebody, next time somebody's hard around you, just go up to them and say, L-I-V.
All right.
Just walk right over.
L-I-V.
And they're like, what? And they look at you strange and read their mail, you know, read what they're saying and say, I said L-I-V-E. They'll get it after a while. Let's go into that. I'm just trying to get you to let your hair down so I can just hit you. So I'm going to cut you in a minute. You won't even know it. Come on. And without prayer, this is what it said. Teach us how to pray like John taught his disciples how to pray. And Jesus said, when I pray. So what is Jesus doing? He's teaching us how to pray. He's not teaching us what to pray. He said, when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as what? The hypocrites are. For they love to pray standing in the synagogues, in the churches, and in the corners and of the streets, and they may be seen of men. Almighty God in heaven and earth. You know, you've seen it. You've seen it. He said, don't pray like the hypocrites. Don't pray like the people, because when you begin to pray like them, they're going to receive their rewards by their phylacteries, by their saying, their speech. That they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they will have their reward. Their reward comes out of their mouth. That's their reward. So if my reward today of preaching is that I'm excited because you're excited, that ain't much of a reward.
No.
Everything was in vain this morning because you know what? Life is about rewards. You reward your children for what they do. Oh, baby, you done a great job. Whitney, you done so good. You made straight A's. Here's $100 bill. Just slide your hand in your daddy's bill. But our children are rewarded. We reward our children. We reward each other. We reward our dog. Fly, you're such a good baby. My wife, you're so handsome. Call the dog handsome. You're so handsome, Fly. You're just so pretty. Here, you want a treat? You want a treat? He gets better treats than I do. On a whole treat bag the other day. And so we all reward people for doing good. Well, God does the same thing. And He said your reward is by you speaking out your prayer. That's your reward if you're doing it out of your head. But if you're doing it out of your heart in secret, there's a different type of reward. Watch this. But thou, when you pray, enter into your closet. When thou hast shut the door, pray to thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret, He shall reward you how? Openly. Now you're going to get your reward by your loud phylacteries in front of the people, because that's your reward. Oh, wow, that was great. That was a wonderful reward. Boy, they didn't get nothing for that one. But He said, when you pray in secret, your Father which is in secret, He will reward you openly. I started thinking about openly. Now, how is He going to reward me openly? Well, He's going to reward you by other people sowing into you. He's going to reward you with miracles, signs, and wonders. Praying. You know, we have healing services, and you've been here, and we've seen hundreds of people right here. I've seen thousands all over the world, but we've seen hundreds, if not thousands, of people in this very house, healed by our prayers. That's rewarded openly. The people are being healed openly. But God didn't reward me by their healing openly. He's going to reward me openly in other places by my desires of my heart. He said He would give you the desires of your heart. So when you begin to pray for folks and pray for things in secret, God will reward you what your heart desires openly. See, God has a law. God's not a law. He has a law. It used to be in the law. But the law has been fulfilled. Thank God that the law was fulfilled. Right? Because if not, none of us wouldn't be here this morning. I promise you, we just have some smoking Converse tennis shoes, and that's it. Right? Because we wouldn't even be here. Because the things we did before we got here this morning, we wouldn't be here. We would have got raptured up in a different type of way. But anyway, but thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. When thou pray, shut the door. Pray to the Father, which is the secret, and He will open. He will bless you, open, reward you. Next verse. But when you pray, use not vain what?
Repetition.
What's a repetition? Not a reputation, but a repetition. Over and over and over and over. What if I went to my wife every day, or she came to me every day and said the same thing over and over? And that was it. That's all she said. That's all the communication we had. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Every day. And tomorrow she's going to say, hey, how you doing? I mean, what if we had a relationship like that? There wouldn't be no relationship, because there's a lot of things that need to be done around the house. There's a lot of things we need to talk about within ourselves. Hey, how you doing? Good, you? That's on the count. But anyway, but when you pray, don't use vain repetitions. As the heathen do. And what does the heathen do? So when we say the same thing over and over and over and over and over again each time, maybe we might become as a heathen. Because we don't have a relationship. Would you agree? For they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Next verse. But be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask Him. After this manner therefore pray ye. And here he said, now they said, teach us how to pray, like John taught his disciples how to pray. And he said, when you pray, this is how you pray. Now, if we said this prayer over and over and over and over and over again, what would that be?
Repetition.
What did He just tell us not to do? So even the Lord's Prayer we're not supposed to say over and over and over, but we do.
Come on, Pastor.
Oh, come on, somebody, the preachers and the pastors and all, they set us up to do the same things that the Lord just told us not to do. Hello? Can somebody help me?
Amen.
Somebody say amen or oh me or something. Help me out. I'm stuck in a rut here and I'm going to go further. But I'm just telling you what we've been brought into, because for the lack of knowledge the people perish. We're dying for the lack of knowledge. And we need to know God. Because in the prayer is life. Your communication with Jesus Christ will cause you to live longer. Now, I don't know about you. If you want to live, you better get a hold of it. If you don't, then die like the rest of them. But I want to live. I love life, man. I love life. There's nothing greater on this side of the universe than life. Life is awesome. Because it's my life. And if you was on deathbed, I guarantee you, you take every ounce of dollar bill and everybody else's dollar bill, you have some GoFundMe funds and pick up bottle funds and all kind of funds just to raise money to keep living. Believe me, I know I've been there. And I've seen a lot of them been there. Because there's nothing greater than life. Be you not therefore like them, for your Father knows what you have need of. When you pray, say, Our Father, which art, now this is not repetition. But He's showing us something. Our Father, where's He at? Number one, His name is holy. Hallowed be thy name. Your name is holy. That's what He said. Our Father, number one, your name is what? Holy. So when you acknowledge God in relationship, the first thing we ought to acknowledge, good God, I feel the Holy Ghost already come up in this place. When you acknowledge in God, the first thing we ought to acknowledge in a relationship is, God, you're holy. You're awesome. Why do you think you take your shoes off? Every time I've ever preached a message, except very few times, probably within 10 times I've ever preached, I take the shoes off. Why? Because His Word is holy. Now, I'm not telling you you need to take your shoes off. I'm telling you I reverence my God, because number one, when I speak as an oracle, as an ambassador, as an angel of the Lord, I speak in a holy place, because God is holy. Our Father, which art in heaven, holy is your name. Where is He at? He's seated in heaven. Now, why did He say which art in heaven? Because Jesus hadn't been to the Father, and the Father hadn't come and lived in you yet. But guess what's holy now? You're the holy place. You're the holy place, because Father lives in you. We need to act holy. Come on, somebody. We need to act holy. We need to look holy. We need to talk holy. We need to speak holy. Because He's in a holy place. Right? And you can have fun doing that. I have a great time. Some of y'all, sometimes I don't tell people that I'm a pastor sometimes. I don't mean that disrespectful in a way that you know, oh, pastor would never do that, but there's some things that I do, you say, I can't believe you done that. And I say, let your hair down and have fun. You ought to try something.
I believe that.
Come on. I wanted to go down there and do what my son did.
I believe that.
I did. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth how holy is your name. All right? Where's He at? He's in heaven. And His name is what?
Holy.
His name is holy. Now, the third thing He said, let your kingdom come. Come where? What is His will? That your will be done. What is the will? Thy will be done. No, thy will be done. What is His will? In verse, see that number 10? All right, what's that first word? Thy kingdom come. So what's His will?
The kingdom come.
Thy kingdom will come where?
Earth.
As it is in
Heaven.
That don't mean you got to die to go to heaven to get to the kingdom. Let me just say something. The kingdom of heaven is not into heaven. That's what people miss it. The kingdom of heaven is not in heaven. It was not created for heaven. I know for some of y'all new folks, this is like, but the kingdom of heaven is not in heaven. Jesus came to bring the kingdom to the earth. It's not in heaven. What's the will? That thy kingdom will come. What was fixing to happen? What was Jesus praying about? He was praying because the kingdom was fixing to come. And He was praying to the Father, let your kingdom come. Now we will find out, I'm going to go deep on you. We got our spiritual hats on. Let's go deep this morning, okay? We're not going to keep you long. I'll tell you this is the first flyby. We got 3 more, okay? So that's the first one. Stay with me. I'm going to get you out of here. But He prayed this prayer because when He was in the Garden of Gethsemane, He said, Lord, if it be Thy will, let this cup pass from me. But before He prayed that, He already prayed that the will would be that the kingdom would come. His kingdom couldn't come until Jesus died.
That's right. That's right.
So He knew that He better cover His tracks because there would be a time when He said, Lord, if it's Thy will, this is what Jesus was saying in the Garden of Gethsemane. I don't want to die. So why does man want to die? He's been lied to. He's been deceived so much that it's all over yonder instead of over here. Come on, somebody. I don't need to walk the streets of gold. Because number one, Scripture don't tell me there is any. And what if there was? What good it be? Skip-bitty-doo-dah, skip-bitty-day. Who cares about streets of gold? We've just been lied to so much that we're so confused that we really don't know Father's will. So Father's will is the kingdom will what? Come where? In earth. Just like it is in heaven. Now, if the kingdom is not in heaven, and this is why the kingdom is not in heaven, you ready? What is the kingdom? Not righteousness, peace, joy, and the Holy Ghost. That's not the kingdom. What's the kingdom? The kingdom of God is Jesus. He's the king. And He brings the kingdom. So He came down on earth as it is in heaven. Guess what? Heaven hadn't come down yet. Coming down is death. When you die, except a seed fall and hit the ground, it died. Then it what? It springs forth. Jesus, the begotten, God gave one son so He could have many sons. It's called sowing and reaping. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. If you sow to the flesh, you reap to the flesh. If you sow to the Spirit, you reap to the Spirit. You say, well, what's that got to do with anything? Well, you can do that in the natural. Keep speeding. Keep driving 65 and 55. You go get there. It's called sowing and reaping. Well, I got out of it. Yeah, for $400. Marlene just looked straight ahead. Ain't calling nobody's names or anything like that, just look straight ahead because some of y'all got a lead foot. But that's okay. But sowing and reaping. When you sow, you shall reap. So it is in the Spirit. So God sowed His Son in the Spirit, and He reaped many sons. One son, say, I'm a son. Say, I'm the son that He reaped. Say, thank God for the son that He sowed.
Thank God for the son that He sowed.
See, God sowed His only Son so He could have many sons. Now, you're one of the many sons. Look at your neighbor, say, I'm one of the many sons.
I'm one of the many sons.
Don't say I'm the favorite or nothing like that. Now, we ain't going to go there now. Come on, somebody. That's trespassing. We haven't got to the trespassing message yet. Okay, I'm flying around this the second time. Give us, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, what? As it is in heaven. Now here's where I want to get to. Give us this day. Now this is the prayer, the first thing He asked for, that the kingdom would come. The second thing He asked for, in the coming of the kingdom, give us daily bread to live in the kingdom. What's daily bread? And forgive us our debts as we forgive others our debtors. I'm not going to get there, okay? But I want to concentrate this morning on give us this day our daily bread. Now let me ask you something. Tomorrow when you get up and you go to work, or whatever you do, and you're around folks, are you going to get daily bread?
Yes.
Yes. You're going to get daily bread. You're going to hear voices. You're going to hear people cursing. You're going to hear people talking about what they done over the weekend. Who they done, how they done it, when they done it. Come on, somebody. You're going to see and hear everything that's going on outside of the world. What would that do for you being in the kingdom? It'll pull you out. Why? Because they're more prevalent than what you've heard. Because all you heard was a kingdom for 2 hours or 1 hour. Some of you for the first time. Some of you new folks, this is the first time, and I hate to say it because y'all just turn around and look at you folks. See, come on, turn around and say, we were there. We never heard kingdom either. And here's the thing. When you're outside in the world, and you get the things of the world, it pulls you out of the kingdom, pulls you further and further away from God, and then you don't find yourself with a relationship with God, and then when you go back to try to pray to God, you have to get back into vain repetitions, because that's what you come out of the start with. Just draws you right back in. It's almost like a rubber band. You know how you stretch a rubber band? What's it going to go back to? The same. Some of us get the daily bread 1 or 2 or 3 times or 3. If we went to church on Wednesday and we spent an hour and a half on Wednesday in daily bread, we wouldn't keep up with that. Somebody keep up with an hour and a half. Somebody got your mulberry out. Anybody got a blueberry out? Got your calculator? Okay. 1.5 times 3. This ain't hard. But just do it just to make you feel good, make you feel important. 1.5 times 3. How many hours is that?
4.5 hours.
So we spend 4.5 hours learning about the daily bread of the kingdom. But how many hours do we learn eating manna of the world?
40 or more.
40 or more. 120.
112.
112.
Awake hours a week.
Awake hours. 112 minus what?
4.5.
So 4.5. So if you got 4.5 hours in the kingdom, minus 112, how much is that? 112 minus 4.5. 107.5 hours, 108 hours over here. Which will be more powerful? Which will help create my world quicker? The smallness over here or more over here? See how important it is to get a hold of daily bread? The first thing He asked for when Jesus asked for prayer, when He said, teach us how to pray, they said, teach us how to pray, like John taught his disciples. He said, give us this day. Jesus was asking Father to give me daily bread. It's the only place in the prayer where he said, give us. Because that bread is what's going to create your world. The bread that you eat will create your world. The thoughts this enters into your head, and this is why vain repetition, this is why vexation and vanity, and Adam's running around preaching behind the pulpit, foolishness, is because he himself didn't get that bread. He didn't have a relationship with Jesus to be taught. Jesus wants to teach you something. Somebody said, I want you to help me say, I don't know what I think I know. See, we think we know it all, and if you don't believe it, ask your mom and dad. Right? But we think we know it all, but really we don't know what we think we know. Because this is why I know we don't know it. Are you ready? We don't know it because our lives are a reflection of what we don't know. I can't believe I'm over here doing this. I can't believe I've spent 50 years doing this, and you're doing the same old thing over and over with the same results, expecting a different result. That's insanity. That's craziness. That's torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Because at the end of the day, why am I still here? Have you ever thought for yourself? See, most people on planet Earth, they don't have a clue why they're even here. You're on planet Earth for one reason and one reason only, is to manifest God's presence in your mobility, in your life. You're the mobile of which He moves in. You're His car. You're His avenue. You're His hands and His feet. You are the manifest presence of God. Right now, God lives inside of you. All of the Godhead, all of the supreme being of God lives inside of you right now. Wow. So what could I do? Anything I wanted to do. If I could get a hold of it. But what's happened, the 117 hours has got a hold of me. And I'm torn between two lovers. I'm torn. I've got more over here that's talking and less over here. I told Brother Bobby, where's Brother Bobby? Where you at, Brother Bobby? Okay, Brother Bobby. Years ago, I said, Brother Bobby, I promise you, if you come over here 7 times, it'll change your life. I don't know why I said 7. I just said 7. Because the more he comes, the more he was changing. Finally, I don't know how many times it was, 3 or 4 or 5. He said, Pastor, I ain't even counting no more. He said, I'm in for good. And it's changed his life.
Amen.
Brother Bobby, let me ask you something. Has your whole life, finances and all changed because you stepped into this house?
Yes.
I know that for a fact. Drastically. And other people's changing around here. You know why? Because when you change, they're changing. Why are you changing? Why don't you ride with them sometime? Why don't you hang out with some folks that's done been there? How are you going to get a pastor who has never experienced drugs, who's never done any kind of drugs or alcohol in his life, and he went to the seminary, and all of a sudden, he says, come down here and give Jesus your heart and everything's going to be okay. It's not. You're going to have cravings. But what if you had somebody to stand up here and say, look, I've been on drugs for 15 years. And God brought me out of it. God can bring you out too. All you got to do is walk out. One day at a time. Come on, somebody. You keep walking with Jesus. You keep saying, I'm a son of God. Pretty soon that needle will dry up. Pretty soon those friends will dry up. You don't have to tell them, don't call me no more, because if you really get right, they'll quit calling you.
Right.
If you really get a hold of God, God will put angels around you to cut off the communication line. I'm trying not to preach, I'm trying to teach, but the preachers want to speak up. God will cut off the communication line, and the only Holy Ghost hotline you'll have is between you and the Holy Ghost.
Amen. Amen.
If you don't believe it, you begin to change. You see, your friends won't call you no more. Because they hear about, oh, Big Al over there, he changed. He got all holy over there. Big Al over there. You know, he don't go out and do that stuff no more. They won't call him. Because they only running with you when you got something to give them.
That's right.
They're using you. Come on, somebody. They're using you. They used me. How many folks, have you been used before by people? Yeah. As long as Big Al had the money and rolling in the black car, everything was all right. But when the money dried up and Big Al didn't, oh no, we don't want Big Al. Big who? Big who? You change and you watch and see if people will start talking and say, oh, I don't know what happened to him. God will cut it off. God will set a different type of anointing around you. God will put a fence, a hedge. He'll put a no trespassing sign around you. Watch this in Luke chapter 4 and verse 14. I'm closing right here. And Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit into Galilee, and there went out a fame of him throughout all the region round about. What happened? It came in power. When the power came, the fame came. I used to say, Lord, make your name great. I want to make your name great. He said, my name don't need to be great. My name's always great. My name will always be great. I don't need to make my name great. He said, I'm trying to make your name great. What did he kill Abraham? He told Abraham he wanted to make his name great. Right? God ain't got nothing wrong with sharing the fame because he's still God. Come on, somebody, you can be a star. But he's still God. You don't have to make God's name great. His name is already great. And it will always be great. He's trying his best to make you great. And when you can get plugged up with him, both of y'all will be great. And Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit into Galilee, and there went out a fame from him throughout all the region. And he taught in their, whose? Their synagogues, being glorified of all. Now what happened when he taught? They were glorified. He was glorified. What did glorified mean? Manifested presence. There was a presence all around him. The glory of God was all around him. Can you imagine going and speaking to folks and the presence of God is all around you? That's what God wants to do to you. Somebody say, God wants to do me just like that. Somebody just help me. Somebody just go with me and say, wow, what power.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be awesome to walk in that power? You can. He wants you to. But you got to walk in humility. Of course, it ain't your power. It's not your power. Because if it was, you'd have been born in it. And when you was born, somebody would say, ooh, and his light would come down. Come on, and the three kings from the north would came see you. Come on, somebody. And brought you silver and gold, right? And he taught in their synagogue, being glorified of all. And watch this. And he came to Nazareth where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, and he stood up to read. Now, this was Jesus. What was Jesus' custom? What's the custom, number one? It's a tradition. It's what they used to do. So what did Mary and Joseph do with Jesus? They brought him every Sabbath to the church, kind of like your parents used to bring you. It was a custom. Okay? And it was a custom. And he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, and he stood up for to read. Now this is what he read. Watch this. The book of Isaiah was presented to him. There was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found a place where it was written. Now the book of Isaiah was open. In other words, back then they had different scrolls. Okay? They had different scrolls which represented different books. So they pulled out the scroll of Isaiah, and they opened it up, and they presented it to him. And when he opened the scrolls up, he found where it was read. Now, written, watch this. This is what he read. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me. Let's read this together. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. The Spirit of the Lord is upon who?
Me.
Okay, let's read it. I just want to make sure you was reading it right. He hath anointed me. Wait a minute, hold. You left your leader behind. Maybe that's a problem. Let's go again. He hath anointed me. Who do you anoint?
Me.
Wow. Now, is that right? What y'all reading? To preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me. He said who?
Me.
Okay, let's see where he sent you. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and the recovering of the sight to the blind, to set them that are liberty, them that are bruised. Now, hold on before we go any further. Who was he talking to? He was talking to the people in the church. What was Jesus doing? He was giving them daily bread. What was the daily bread? Where were they at? Sounds like to me, they were blind. They were in captivity. They were bruised. Is that what it sounds like? So who was he talking to? He was talking to church folks. Church folks are more admonished than most people out in the world. To be honest with you, because of religion and because of the bread, it's called manna.
Yes, sir.
Let's read to finish it. To preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Somebody say, that's it. This is the day. He closed the book and he gave it again to the minister, and he sat down, and the eyes of all of them were in the synagogue. They were fastened and amazed at him. Why were they amazed? Because he read something that would cause their eyes to be open. What if I said something today? Perhaps what if I was to say something tonight that would cause your eyes to be open? What if for the first time in your 51 years, or ever how old you are, what if the first time you heard something, it opened your eyes and changed your life? What would that be worth to you? Everything. Because you can't buy it. That's why it's so important to get daily bread. People ask me all the time, well, how do you study? I don't go on sermonsnet.com. I'm sorry, I hate to bust you, Bubba, but I don't. I don't go behind another man on TV or on the radio and listen to a message and preach his message. No, I used to do that and kill folks. You know, when you're young and when you're greenhorn, I'm still young, I'm still greenhorn, I'm still 39 and old. When you're all those things, I want to give you something that he's given me. Because if he's giving me bread, I need to give you the same bread he's giving me, because it's changing my life. It's changing the old rams down, Aaron's beard, even to the skirts of his garment. If it's changing my life, it'll change your life. Tonight we're going to be talking about something different. Tonight we're going to, if the Lord permits, we're going to be talking about lies that we've heard in the church. We're going to dispel some lies, because when you know truth, it will make you free. And you can't know truth until you get rid of lies. When you get rid of lies and you know them, when you see the lie, when you can see it and understand, say, my God, I've been lied to. I can actually see it. Not because somebody else said it's a lie, but now you see it as a lie. And you say, this is the gospel. The Bible says, work out your own salvation. Every man has to work out his own salvation. Every person has to work your... And you know what? You may say, well, I don't really know what you say. Well, this ain't the daily bread for you. But you need to go to where you'll find the daily bread. Because this daily bread's going to change your life, and it's going to bring you back to Father's will, which is for you to have the kingdom. So really, what's the will of the Father? The Bible says it's His good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So what does Daddy really want for you? To have the kingdom. Where? Well, Lord, we got to all die. So after service today, we're going to all come down. We're going to drink some punch. Come on, somebody. No, that's not the Father's will for you. The Father's will for you is to have the kingdom of God right now. Now, what does the kingdom look like? It has righteousness in it, right standing. It has joy and peace in it. You know, I've seen a lot of people. I got a phone call not too long ago. A friend of mine, millionaire. No peace. But he's got plenty of money. But he asked me to pray for him. I said, yeah, brother, sure, I'll pray for you. But he has no peace. Me and Granny was talking about it yesterday. Pastor Reba's mother, I call her Granny, she's my granny. And I said, Granny, I said, this is a terrible thing not to have peace. You can have all the money in the world. She said, yeah. She said, that money ain't going to do you good. I said, well, one thing about it, though, if you ain't got no peace, you might as well have money. I mean, come on, somebody, it's worse not to have money and no peace. Right? Right? Would you agree? I mean, really. But that money will not give you peace. Peace that passeth all understanding, that you can lay down and enjoy your life. You get up in the morning and say, my God, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. This is an awesome day that God has made. This is the day that the Lord has made. And make your day. You know, I used to like, you know, the good and bad and ugly. John Wayne, not John Wayne. Come out there and say, you got to pull the shawl. Say, go ahead, Mom. No, that was very hard. I got them all mixed up. But let me just tell you this. Go ahead and make my day. Why don't we ask God to make our day? Why don't you go ahead and make your day? Why don't you pull your poncho back, do dirty Harry Andrew? Come on. All of them put together and say, let's make our day. You're going to make your day. When you get up tomorrow morning, now you can't get up again today because you already got it. Some folks are just now getting up probably. But I'm going to tell you something. Tomorrow morning when you get up, you have the prime opportunity to create your life tomorrow. What you do today will determine your tomorrow. You're sowing today so you can reap tomorrow. Do you want to harvest? It's coming tomorrow. If you sow it today, you'll reap. Good God, I'm saying some good stuff right now. You ought to wake up and write it down. When you sow today, you'll reap your harvest tomorrow. Your harvest will come when you sow. If you don't sow, nothing will grow. You can't expect bud weeds if you never planted them. But you plant happiness today. You plant joy today. You plant peace today. To have friends, you must be friendly. Sowing and reaping. I tell people all the time, you want to get a meal the rest of your life for free? Sow a meal. You'd be surprised you sit down and sow a meal and pay for somebody's meal, see if you won't have meals the next 7 days. Because God can't give you one meal because that's the same as a man does. He's not a man that he should lie. God's got to do above and beyond what you do. I wish somebody helped me. You kids, you want a bicycle? Well, not a bicycle. Children don't ride bicycles anymore. I went to Walmart the other day, there weren't hardly any bicycles. And I'm like, what in the world? Where's all the bikes at? Oh, we don't sell bikes here no more. I'm like, what? You want a bicycle? Clean your bicycle up and give your bicycle away. God will give you your bicycle. You want a car? Do the same thing. Sowing and reaping. You sow it, you'll reap it. Because God will not be wrong. So what does God really want us to do today? He wants to give us daily bread. Get up tomorrow morning and search it and you'll find it. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek it. Ask and it shall be given. Start talking to your daddy. Now, I didn't talk about no devil today. I didn't talk about dying today. And tonight when you come back, I'm not going to talk about no devil tonight. And I'm not going to talk about dying. I'm going to talk about living. I'm going to talk about ruling. I'm going to talk about reigning. I'm going to talk about being victorious. I'm going to talk about the giants that's in your life are really not giants. And pretty soon, if you keep coming long enough, you'll get enough daily bread to say, I'm the giant. And that's a grasshopper. Somebody say, come on, somebody. Put a little honey on them grasshoppers. Come on, somebody.
I prefer chocolate pastry.
Chocolate covered grasshopper. We're the giants. Come on, somebody. We're the giants. They're the grass. Those ideologies that's in your mind, they're not as big as you think they are. Those addictions, those things that you're facing right now, it's not as big as you think it is. Walk away from it. That plant, that cigarette box does not have power over you. That pill don't have power over you. You don't even have, it don't have a voice.
Don't have no voice.
Come here, I'll come to get you. No, you didn't come to get me. Don't have power. Say it don't have power over me.
It don't have.
Every time you think about it, I want you to say it don't have. Let's practice it. It don't have power. Say you don't have no power over me. And don't tell your wife that. Don't tell your husband that. Come on, somebody. I'm not talking about that. The next time you come into a situation that thing is haunting you, let's say it together. You don't have power over me. Say, I have power over you.
I have power over you.
You don't need it. Tim, don't tell your children that. Don't tell them I brought you into this world. I can take you out. Stuff like that. I know what you're thinking with Jacob. You have power over it. Amen. Pastor Reed, if you begin to play, this is it right here. Say, greater is he that is in me than he that's around me. Do you know what's inside of you? I mean, we don't. I asked you to say, yeah, Pastor, we don't know. We don't know the God that's inside of us. But I tell you what, if you keep coming, I'll try my best to pull the God that's in you out of you.
I appreciate that.
I'll try my best to get you to see that thing, that Christ in you manifest, and you be everything that God has called. Come on. If I ever going to do anything on this earth, I'm not going to ever condemn you again. Because the Bible says, a son shall not be condemned. And I ain't talking to a bunch of heathens, I'm talking to a bunch of sons. How dare us go out and tell people they're in sin, they're going to hell. What we used to tell them, garbage. Jesus never said that. Jesus never said that anybody's going to hell.
Yeah, come on.
That's what we've been taught. Put the fear of God and throw the Bible in the face. Shake it out. Jesus said, you who are without sin, you cast the first stone. Woo! They all got up, throw the rocks down. You want some help getting up? I'm sorry, let me wash you off. You need to love people. If you love the hell out of people, the hell will leave. Spend time with folks. You'll change your life. You in their presence will change your life. You will change your ideas when you bring different ideas. I don't know how many people has been changed through the ministry God given them all over the world. And I'm excited. And I'm not saying that as a fine statement. I'm saying that as a statement. You got to humble yourself and begin to love folks. And love will conquer all. It'll destroy everybody. If you just love me, I don't care what people that. I don't care that you. I went one night to lead a man to the Lord, and the guy was drinking. And he hit it. I'm like, brother, I don't care. I said, I ain't God. I don't want one. That was the day that I wanted one. God brought me out. He can bring you out too. You know, God delivered that man. The man's dead now. You know what he was? He was the community drunk. That's what he was. He was just like Otis on Andy Grill. I'm telling you the truth. He was the community drunk. My family can testify that he was the community drunk. And God saved him right there on his little couch while he was drinking the beer. He didn't quit drinking all of a sudden. But he kept going to church. He's in and out, in and out. It ain't my business to deliver people. It's my business to love people. That's my business because that love will deliver. Right. If you hang around with me long enough, I promise you, your life will change. Because I'll give you some ideas you ain't never thought about. That's true. Right. I'm scared to climb a tree. I might have you up in the tree. Me and Joshua might have you up in the tree before you know it. And you won't even know it. You'll be all up at the tree all the time. I'll say, hey, you up in the tree. Oh my goodness. Just love folks. Love conquers. Love will destroy everything that was set in that person's life. You know why people are hurt? Because they didn't have love. Love will fill that hole. Actually, that's that hole that's missing, is the hole of love. Because we try to find it in women and men and drugs and alcohol, jobs and work. It ain't there. It's in you. So I challenge you to come back tonight. I appreciate every one of you, and I love you. And I want to tell you something. You can make it. If I never see you again, I ain't going to say happy trails to you. If it would be again, but I'll tell you this. You keep coming. You ask Brother Bobby. There's some other ones. They keep coming. Their life has changed. You keep coming. Their life will change. You'll find yourself so far advanced. You say, "My Lord, how did I get around so fast?" It was God's love. It really didn't have nothing to do with me, because it ain't got nothing to do with how great I am. It's how great He is. He just using me as a vessel. All I am is just the voice of God. I'm His hands, I'm His feet. I can only do so much, but I tell you, that Spirit of Christ is inside of me. That Holy Spirit inside of me. When it begins to work, I've asked you, Lord, when I put my hands on folks, let it just destroy anything that's evil in their lives. That they will come up and be everything that you call them to be. That they will be a new man, a new woman, a new creation. Their lives will change. Those that didn't talk about the devil today, I ain't going to talk about one tonight. I'm going to talk about Jesus tonight. And I'm going to talk about you tonight. And when you put those two things together, you got something going. There's a whole lot of shaking.
Come on. Yeah.
When you and him can hook up and get together, my God, what do you think will happen? When you become, I feel the presence of God in here. The Lord is speaking to somebody, expressing about His love. And there's somebody here this morning that want to try. This is what I'm going to tell you. I double dog dare you to try. You get a hold of Him and search Him, you'll find Him. If you knock, the door shall be open. If you ask, you shall receive. So I'm going to ask you this morning, do you want Him? Chase Him. He'll turn around and chase you. That's His love. Amen. Let's stand.
Amen.